canceled it. I don't know what
Well,
happened.
they took it off again.
Did they?
I think so. It was supposed to go out.
Still a quorum, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
They
what I
took it
thought.
off again.
We have to have
I can't
5 down
remember,
quorum.
but I did see five.
Yeah.
Six, is it 5 or 6, Michelle?
Yeah,
Or
quorum.
5 or 6? No, 5. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, were you talking about the editor project?
No,
Ottinger?
no.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Auditor, yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
they did postpone it to the 6th.
Yeah,
At auditor's request.
okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
having a German last name, I always default to how the German pronunciation would be.
Okay.
But my own name isn't pronounced the way it ought to be in German, so, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, my last name's never pronounced right.
Well, I guess we're gonna go,
Yeah, we didn't get the,
I guess we're gonna go with 6 here in a minute.
we didn't
Okay.
even get the bond part right. Usually it's anyway.
I had people argue with my wife about how to pronounce McKeown. McKeown
Oh.
is correct.
And welcome to the July 23rd City of North Platte Planning Commission meeting. First item on the agenda is roll call.
Davies. McCune.
Here,
Matthews. Bain. Fudge.
Here.
Jett. Forbes.
Here.
Whirl. Here. Van Velsen.
Here.
Quorum is present.
Current copy of the Open Meetings Act of Nebraska is located at the back of the council chambers. Second item on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes held on June 25th, 2024. I trust you read them all attentively.
I motion to approve.
second.
Motion by Matthews, seconded by McEwen to approve the minutes. Any discussion on that? Mr. Davies, we're voting on the minutes. Okay.
Oh, am I voting?
Yep.
And the minutes are approved. Item number 2 on the agenda tonight is a public hearing, discuss and consider action on a resolution regarding the Midwest Land Development LLC redevelopment plan amendment 1 pursuant to community redevelopment law and property described in your agenda packet tonight. I'm not going to read the entire page of the legal description. It is printed there if you would like it. Judy.
Okay, you should have all received a copy of the review comments. Attached to that is a resolution, and then attached to that is the redevelopment plan. The reason you are seeing this again, it is an amendment to the original one that we passed. And there was a large enough change in the site layout and the phasing, so that's why you're seeing it again. Again, the City Planning Commission's responsibility in the redevelopment process is to take public comment on whether the real estate described is in conformance with the City of North Platte Comprehensive Plan, the project meets or will meet subdivision and zoning regulations, and is an overall fit for development of the city. The following statements should be considered. The property as presented is located in an area that has been blighted and substandard. The property is in conformance with the current City of North Platte Comprehensive Plan. The project meets or will meet subdivision and zoning regulations. The development of this property to its full potential is in the best interest of the City of North Platte and surrounding area. The principal purpose of a comprehensive plan is to provide basic policies to guide the many activities of the city. It is used to help determine investment priorities, guide public and private development. At the same time, a comprehensive plan must be flexible in order to address changing conditions and respond to new situations that cannot be foreseen at the time of adoption. One goal of the current city comprehensive plan is to create sufficient housing stock and provide safe choices and options for types of units and by cost. Sufficient housing stock and options is obtained by redeveloping underutilized land with a mix of land uses that encourage new housing options, neighborhood services, and a variety of transportation options. Reducing the number of substandard housing units in the community, creating alternative housing options such as senior housing or low to moderate income housing, providing incentives such as density bonuses for redevelopment areas with substandard housing stock into affordable, safe housing, including housing programs that encourage construction of multifamily rental units, affirm and support fair housing practices in North Platte, and preparing for future growth by extending city infrastructure to areas targeted for development. As presented in the redevelopment plan, the redevelopment project will include installation of infrastructure, open space, and a park, paving, water, sewer, stormwater mains for development of mixed-use subdivision containing single-family residential, multifamily residential, retail, and industrial uses. The redevelopment area will be subdivided into 8 construction phases over a period of 8 years. This project will provide a mix of single-family detached row houses and apartments, commercial, retail, service, and industrial uses. The construction costs for the single-family detached row houses and apartment buildings qualify as TIF eligible for workforce housing as defined. The planned mix of buildings, subject to revision based on market demand, will include up to 6 separate apartment buildings with 52 apartments per building, which is 312 units, 105 townhomes, and 405 single-family detached home. The retail commercial parcel is estimated for up to 46,500 square foot of retail and other commercial uses. Industrial parcel may contain up to approximately 20 acres, and the recreation area may contain up to approximately 72 acres. Planning Commission approved the original Midwest Land Development Redevelopment Plan on February 27th of 2024, with council approval on March 5th of 2024. Due to the large change in the proposed site, which is location of roads, removing multiple cul-de-sacs, increasing the number of dwelling units, the change in location of the multifamily structures, and phasing of the project, it was determined that the project should come back through the process to approve those changes. Planning staff recommends approval of Midwest Land Development LLC Redevelopment Plan Amendment 1 and passage of the attached resolution. With approval of the land use amendment and rezoning, the redevelopment plan is in conformance with North Platte, Nebraska Comprehensive Plan 2011 and meets or will meet current City of North Platte planning or subdivision and zoning regulations. The property is located in an area that has been declared extremely blighted and substandard. The area is appropriate for single-family, multifamily residential development with a mix of commercial and industrial uses. The mix of proposed dwelling units will provide the community with different housing options. With the proposed road improvements, the area will provide direct access to I-80 and Highway 30 without disrupting other residential neighborhoods in the community. The proposed development is a good fit for the area and overall growth and development of the city of North Platte.
Okey doke, this is a public hearing. Planning Commission values your input, wants to hear from the audience during the public hearing, but anybody wishing to speak must first be recognized by the chair. Once recognized, please approach the podium, state your name and address, and please keep your comments as brief as possible. Repetitive and excessively long testimony may be ended at the discretion of the chair. And with that, the public hearing is open. Anybody want to come talk on this one? Going once, going twice. Motion by Forbes, seconded by Davies to close the public hearing. Any discussion on that? If not, Michelle, please. Okay, we'll talk about this one up here right now as the public hearing is now closed. So the Exhibit B is as it stands now
That
with the
is
redevelopment.
What they
and-
are proposing, yep.
Okay,
That would be what changed, is basically the layout of the site is what changed.
Are the areas in brown set aside for industrial development or commercial?
Commercial.
Commercial?
Yes.
Where's the industrial that they discussed?
It would be,
On page 14 or 20, clear to the right, you look at the bottom.
yep, if you look at the next page, page 14, and you go clear to the bottom right of the page, you can see that it's light industrial.
okay. Because that's where it connects with Newberry, correct?
That is where it actually abuts the city industrial park, is kind of to the north of it, and it's getting closer to, it's not quite to Newberry, but yes, it's closer.
Okay.
It's a big open field there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the idea of not having so many cul-de-sacs. I mean, it's very I think that's a good improvement.
Much more efficient.
Are they gonna do roundabouts though?
In this development,
Yes.
not to my knowledge.
Oh, gosh.
No,
I'm with you.
Oh,
no.
thank you.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm an oddball out.
Any more discussion on this one? Not there's a, yeah. Not there's a proposed motion at the bottom.
Of the Midwest Land Development LLC redevelopment plan amendment 1 and approval of related actions.
Second.
Motion by Forbes, seconded by Davies to approve. Any more discussion on this matter? Not? Michelle, please. And the plan is recommended for approval, so this will now go to council, correct?
On August 6th, yes.
Very good. Item number 4, file number SU 24-013, discuss and consider action on application by Cal Council for preliminary and final approval of Fritz Farms First Subdivision located on property described as part of Tract B and part of Tract C of North Platte Farm Subdivision located in the south half of Section 3 and the north half of Section 10, Township 13 North, Range 30 west of the 6 Prime Radium, Lincoln County, Nebraska, together with adjoining accretion land. Judy.
Okay, and you should have all received a copy of the review comments. Attached to that is a couple of pages of the preliminary plat and then a couple of pages of the final plat, just to make it a little bit bigger so you could see it. The subdivision will split the property into 54 lots as the first phase of the development. Public utilities are not currently available to service the lots and will be extended at the developer's expense. Planning staff has no objections to the proposed subdivision. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer them for you.
Looks kind of cool sitting in there.
Yeah.
Comments, discussion, questions, complaints? Those are Judy's tonight since Bill is not here.
So this is the Platte subdivision that was in blue on Exhibit B of the last item on the agenda.
That is correct. The other two that are in kind of green, I mean, it's on here, but they're still big lots because that's where your multifamily is going to go off to be the left-hand side of the paper.
We just approved the green subdivision, now we're looking at the blue subdivision. Or we did an amendment to the plan for that,
Yes, we approved the amendment to the plan.
and now we're doing that.
Yep. Any other comments? Questions?
And you will see this back multiple times as they go through the phasing. So this will not be the last time you see a subdivision on this property.
I move to make a recommendation to approve file number SU 24-013, preliminary and final approval of Fritz Farms First Subdivision.
Second.
Motion by Davies, seconded by McEwen to approve or make a recommendation to approve. I need to remember our role here. Any more discussion? I heard somebody start to ask a question over here.
Right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm having a hard time finding a spot where it tells me the dimensions of these lots.
If you look on, I think it may be the very last, no, second to the last page. It might be bigger so that you can see it. I gotta put my glasses on. They range anywhere from
9,400 square feet.
yeah, They're at least about 56, 58 wide. The smaller ones are about 56, 58 foot wide. And then your larger ones will be a little bit bigger than that, but they're, I wouldn't say they're large lots by any means, but they are definitely buildable lots. The smallest ones we have in North Platte are about 44 foot wide.
So what kind of you stick-built home on that size of a lot?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're not any smaller than the ones on Dixie, and that was kind of an exception, correct? No, so that's what I figured.
Yep.
All right, any more discussion?
Thank
We have a
you.
motion and a second on the floor. Michelle, please. And the motion is passed. So this would also go to council.
Yep, on August 6th.
Okay, item number 5, any old business? Any new business? Not, we are adjourned. 15 minutes.